episode. For those of you watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share if you can, drop your comments down below. We've been seeing an increase in engagement recently, so we really appreciate it. So drop your comments and engage even more if you can. For those listening on Spotify, Apple, or any of the other podcasting platforms, please follow, give us a 5-star review. All of that stuff helps with the algorithms and getting our podcast in front of more people. Let's go on to the last segment then, John. This will be a super short one. We've obviously got the Community Shield coming up on the weekend. Man City Premier League winners against Manchester United, FA Cup winners over City. My prediction on this one is I think this has come too early for us to have any sort of impact. So I'm going to go for Man City to win 2-1. But it could even be 2-0. I just, looking at that last friendly game against Liverpool and seeing who we played, I don't feel any kind of confident about the team that we're going to put out, and I can't see how we're going to replicate what we did in the FA Cup final against them. I just think they slapped Chelsea a couple days back as well. Haaland scored a hat-trick. They had a very similar team to what they normally have. We had... I don't think I don't know if Xerxes will play. He might, but I think it will come too early. We've still got Maguire and Evans. I don't think the transfers that we're looking to get in will be in time. I just think we're not set up to do anything meaningful in this game. So I'm going to go from, sadly, my head is telling me I have to go for a Man City win. So I'm going to go 2-1 Man City. What about you?
I'm going for a 1-1 draw in normal time, and then I'm going to go for a United win on penalties.
Okay. How do you think we're going to pull that off then? Because 1-1...
The same way you do it every time, mate. The same way you do it every time, right? Last season, you had no right to win that game in terms of form or the players that you had in your team, anything, right? And you did. So I don't care about how crap or how early or whatever. You've got the vibes. Ten Hag has the vibes. I've seen him in his little shorts, his little old man outfits with the rest of the team. Mate, he's out here. He's fishing. He's doing some fishing, and he's going to get Pep on the hook. So yeah, I think it's going to be a Man United win, and I think it's just the aura is going to get you over the line again, because that's just apparently how you win these days against big teams.
Well, yeah, I mean, there has been plenty of those games where I think we've kind of S-housed it. Or played counter-attacking style and inshallah in a lot of games. But I think that in the cup final, I'm not going to rehash it, but I think it was a bit of a different story. I think we outplayed them, but more times than not, I do think you're right. We have to rely on God, luck, and some individual brilliance to get wins against City or any of the big teams. So
yeah, but I mean, even outplaying them, I think is part of it. Like, you play terribly against everybody, and then you play well against them. Is it like it's not that you're like getting lucky. It's just that, like, for some reason that match and those kinds of games, you just turn up. So yeah, that's why I've gone for you. It's not because I think you'll get lucky. I think you'll just beat them. You'll genuinely just beat them. And I think they are beatable when they play against old ETH and his egghead.
All right, we'll end on that beautiful vision of his egghead and his granddad shorts and socks and Oswego's.
His knobbly knees,
I love him, man. He's like the Dutch Mr. Bean, but I love him. He's my Mr. Bean. But yeah, we'll end on that one. Good pod, Johns. Let's hope our predictions come true. I will say for the listeners and watchers, the viewers, this season, all of our predictions, we'll be doing a bit of a prediction league, a battle head to head, and we'll be counting some scores. So we'll be doing 1 point, the same as a lot of other content creators do, really, and essentially. So we'll do 1 point for correct scores and 3 points 1 point for correct result, 3 points for correct scores, and we'll do a rolling tally. So I don't know, John, if you want to include the Community Shield, we can if you want, and we'll get this prediction league going, and there might be a bit of a bonus prize and forfeit at the end, depending on how we're going. If you build a big lead, we might have to just make it for fun. But if it's nice and tight, then we'll do some prizes and some forfeits. But